Most people who get into the reptile keeping hobby start out with simple pets like leopard geckos. However, a lot of people don't do any research or do very little to understand the needs of these amazing animals. In this video, we're going to look at the Thrive Desert Reptile Terrarium Essentials Kit. This tank is 20 gallons, so the dimensions are 30 by 12 by 12 inches. The size of the tank is much too small for anything but a temporary home for younglings. I would suggest something around the size of my tank, which is 36 by 18 by 12 inches. This tank can be found in stores like PetSmart and on their websites for around $200. Besides the size, what's wrong with it? Well, for starters, it doesn't have front opening doors. While not necessary, I would highly suggest them because they can cause less stress on your gecko. Top opening tanks can startle your gecko and cause unnecessary stress because they have fewer visual cues on where you are. It is best not to approach animals from above as they can't really see you. The kit also includes a 75 watt basking bulb with a 5.5 inch dome lamp, which I'm assuming can provide adequate power to the bulb. It also includes a 13 watt UVB coil bulb with the same size dome lamp as before, 2 thermometer/hygrometer combos, a food and water dish, a desert carpet substrate, a single hide, and an image of a desert for the back. Obviously, this isn't a very good starter kit. The 75 watt bulb is fine for a tank of this size, however, it does not include a thermostat. When you are using any heating device, a thermostat should always be used. It is absolutely necessary. I'm assuming the bulb is a ceramic heat emitter, or CHE, which is fine for superficial heat but does not provide any benefits like a deep heat projector would. An important note, DHPs, deep heat projectors, need a dimming thermostat and should not be used with an on-off or pulse-controlled thermostat. The 2 thermometer/hygrometer combos should honestly just be thrown out. They are known for not being accurate whatsoever and are just straight up waste of money. It is so much better to get a simple digital thermometer for your tank because they're cheaper and much more accurate most of the time. The food and water dishes are just that, food and water dishes. There's not much to talk about there. Seeing as most insects can escape from these easily, I wouldn't use one of them for food. I would suggest having 2 for water. The carpet substrate is a pretty bad idea. The carpet needs to be cleaned quite often to keep it sanitary, and it also holds a lot of bacteria regardless. A much better alternative would be something like the Biodude's Terra Sahara or Arcadia's Earth Mix Arid. These options can get pretty pricey. At least you can rest assured knowing your leopard gecko is safe. I personally use Terra Sahara and I have no complaints with it. If you can't afford or rather make your own, just follow the 70-30 ratio of soil to play sand. Just be sure to do some research beforehand, as some soils and play sands can be dangerous. Finally, the hide. Leopard geckos need, and when I say need, I mean need, a minimum of 3 hides. 1 on the hot side of the tank underneath the heat lamp, 1 near the center but slightly closer to the warm side, which would act as the humid hide, and 1 on the cool side. The humid hide can be filled with sphagnum moss and sprayed occasionally with water, or when your gecko is going into shed. I personally have never had an issue with stuck shed, but the stuck skin can cause circulation to be cut off and for them to lose fingers, toes, or even limbs. The UVB bulb is pretty useless. A majority of the UVB will get lost due to the screen lid blocking it, and the small amount that does get through will only cover a small area of the tank. A general recommendation is a tube bulb that covers about 2/3 of the tank. I use a Reptile T5 5% high output bulb on a 5.5 inch riser because of the strength of the bulb. I would definitely do more research on how much strength your bulb should have and how far away from your tank it should be. I have 5 hides in my tank, which may be a bit overkill, but I wanted my gecko to have the best life possible. She still has plenty room to explore, however, so don't overcrowd your tank. I'm gonna rate this leopard gecko starter kit out of 10. 1 being absolutely horrible and you shouldn't even take the time to look into it anymore, and 10 being I recommend this kit. My final rating of the Thrive Desert Reptile Terrarium Essentials Kit is a 3 out of 10. I really couldn't get behind this tank. It's missing so many things that are crucial to a happy and healthy gecko, like a tube UVB bulb, thermostat for the heaters, multiple hides, recreational husbandry, etc. The tank is also advertised as being ideal for anything like bearded dragons, leopard geckos, sand boas, rosy boas, scorpions, or tarantulas. I wouldn't suggest keeping the first 4 listed in this tank whatsoever.